Hello everyone, welcome back to the live session. Today, this session I am doing of 90 minutes and I will teach you the short Python course. And this live session is perfect for all beginners, and even if you are a professional, you will get a chance to brush up your skills. Okay, this is for everyone, like either you are a student or you are a beginner, you are a professional or you are a working. Okay, so first of all, we will start with the very basic topic. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, so if you have any question during the while I'm teaching, you can drop your question. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Okay, so I will try to answer after finishing over session, because we have some minutes at the end of the session for the question and answer. Okay, so this is today you are going to learn the Python. This is a crash course, master the basics in 90 minutes. Okay, by Science Data Science. This is a session breakdown, like what you are going to learn today. This is who is this for, like Python you use for who can learn the Python setup, running Python, how you can run your first program in the Python. I will cover up the basics of Python, in which you will learn about the variable data types, operators, type conversion. Then the third topic is your control flow. In this, you will learn about the conditional statements, loops, list comprehension. I have added the some MCQ as well, so it will help you too as well. Like how much did you get from the live session? And this is very good for your knowledge check as well. And functions and data structures, lambda functions, you can ask the question if you have. Okay. Okay, so let's start with this one. What is Python used for? What is Python? Python is the most popular programming language. This is used for AI. Okay, and you also use it for the web development as well, to writing the scripts for the development, for data analysis, for machine learning. Right? This is a highly interpreted language, and this is a high programming language. Why it is called the high programming language? Because it is compatible with your all operating systems. The second most important thing, you can embed the Python, or embed in any third party software as well. Like if you are doing the data analysis, you are preparing the KPIs, you're using Power BI, Tableau, and you want to embed the SQL as well in the Python, you can do that. It's very easy. Okay, so this is the biggest advantage of the Python, and it has a plenty of libraries which has the inbuilt methods or functions, which is very useful for your development, for your uh, AI and data analysis. Okay, so here are the main, like the areas where you can use the Python. This is, I have already mentioned, web development, your data science analysis, machine learning, automation and scripting. This means you can build the scripts which you can use to run at the back end, or maybe you want to make some script which can help you to fetch out the data. It is also good for cybersecurity and hacking, and game development, and finance and fintech as well. We use it for the web scraping as well. Okay, so these are the top most applications or the areas where your Python is used. Okay, here now we will talk about the Python setup. Just give me 1 second. Let me set up over time. Okay, so now we will talk about the Python setup on local system. You have a three different system. Okay, Python local system means the Python is already installed on your system. I will show you how you can check it out. Okay, Here you need to click, I am using the Windows system. If you have the Mac, you can open the, or Linux, you need to open the command shell prompt. Okay. By default, Python is installed in every system. Okay. Now, if you type here Python, okay, it will show you here Python version. This means Python is already installed on your system. This is the first way how you can use the Python. This is the most basic one. Okay. And here you can print anything. If you want to write here hello Python. Okay. So you can run it. This is a black and white actually. This is a command prompt. Usually we use it when you want to write the scripts in Python. Okay. It doesn't mean you cannot open the other files like ipynb, the extension I will mention now. Okay. When we are done with this setup, then we'll tell you the different type of the Python extensions we have. Okay. So whenever you are working in the command prompt, by default its extension is .py. Okay. Script. And you have another extension ipynb by default. If you are working in the Jupyter notebook, I will show you. So now I will exit it from here. In case it is not installed here, you can go to python.org here. Okay. So you can download the Python from here according to your operating system. Okay. So you have here, you can download the Python this, and you can install it according to your operating system. Okay. And then we have here, you can see all versions are given of each operating system. Okay. Now we will go back to our second system. This is Anaconda. Anaconda is another software. This is open source as well. Okay. You need to go to the Anaconda here. This is the one. Okay. And then you can download your from here the software. Okay. Let me open the download link here. Here you can skip the registration. If you want, you can do. If you skip, you will see this is available for your Windows, this is available for your Mac, this is for your Linux. Okay. So you can download according to your operating system. Follow the step by default. You don't need to make any changes during the installation. Just download, run the executable file. That's it. Okay. It will do everything its own. So I will show you how it look like. So let me open. So when you type the Anaconda in your, like the start button, click on the start button, type here Anaconda, it will open this navigator. This is known as the navigator. It contains many further like the environment, IDE, integrated development environment. This is PyCharm, this is Visual Studio Code, and this is a Jupyter Notebook. Mostly students use Visual Studio or Jupyter Notebook, but in real-time industries use Jupyter Notebook. When students are in the university or college level, or they are doing the boot camp, they are mostly maybe using the PyCharm and this one. Choice is your. Every integrated development environment is good to work in Python. Only the difference in the GUI, nothing else. In Visual Studio Code, it is easy to connect with the GitHub. You can run the GitHub commands as well here. Okay. I like the Jupyter one. You need to click on this like this way. So it will open now Jupyter Notebook in my local environment. I am talking about now the initially as well we talked about the local environment setup of the Python. This is also the local environment. This is the Jupyter Notebook directory structure. Here you will click on the new button. You can click this one. Okay. So this will open the Jupyter Notebook here. Here you can title it like this is your first lesson. Then you can title it like this way. Okay. And then you can start writing your code here. This is called code cell. You can print here again hello Python. So this is the way you can run your first program. Okay. And if you want to know how the Jupyter Notebook work, I will share the link. I have already made the video on this. Okay. So you can watch that one. Okay. Now I will close this one. We will close this one as well. Okay. Now I will show you the third setup. In case you are not interested to like download the Python on your local environment, you want to working with the team, you are working in the industry, then you can use a Google Colab. This is also very easy. This Google Colab means you are not going to use your server, local environment. You are going to use the Google server. Everything will be saved in cloud in your drive, and you can sign up for the Google Colab using your normal Gmail account. Okay, it is just replica of Jupyter Notebook. The difference, major difference is only this is online, that is local. Okay, yes, this is faster than your Jupyter Notebook. This is also one of the other difference. But if you really want to take a deeper level difference between Google Colab and Jupyter Notebook, you can watch my video. Okay, I will definitely share the link. I will show you how it look like. So we will click on this. Here you go. If you want to create a new notebook, just click on the new notebook, and then this is again code cell. Okay, you can see it's just like your Google Jupyter Notebook. Okay, and if you want, you can share your this notebook directly with your peers. You can click on this and enter here the email of the person with whom you want to share your notebook. Maybe you want to share your notebook with me, you can enter my email contact@sciencedatascience.com. I will receive your notebook. So you don't need to download and attach in the email. This is direct. That is the biggest advantage. Okay. So everything is online. So this is, I have shared with you the three different ways how you can set up your environment to work in the Python. You have a three ways. One is command prompt. Second is your Jupyter Notebook. Third is your Google Colab, and it is known as IDE environment, Integrated Development Environment. And you have a two extensions of the Python, .py, which is used for your the writing scripts, and the second one is your IPYNB. This is for also the extension, but usually we work when you are working in the real time for the data analysis, machine learning, you are going to work in the IPY with the extension of this one. Okay, so now we will move ahead with the next one, running Python. This is, I have already showed you. Okay, so now we will jump on to the this one. Okay, so here we go. Now this one. Okay, so in this I'm going to cover up this one. The first one is your Python basics, control flow and functions one by one. So let's start with the first program. So you can simply print here. If you want to print anything in the Python, you use the print method. You will say hello Python. Okay, so this is the first program. This is code cell, and this is called your text cell. Okay, and we use it to write the headings, comments, or other things if you want to write the description. Okay, I'm using the Google Colab actually. Okay, now we will start with the variable and data types in Python. So what is variable? Maybe you are aware with the other languages, Java, C, C++, PHP. You declare one name, right? Something like that. I will show you. Let's say X. So what is this? This is variable name. Okay. When I say here is equal to 10. So this means I am assigning the 10 value to my variable X. Technically, we call it variable. If I'm saying you declare a 10 in Python, you can declare it like this way. Now, if you want to print it, you will print here this 10. Okay, so this is called variable. Okay, and you can declare here the string variable same way, str1. Don't use str because this is inbuilt keyword. Okay, inbuilt keyword means this is already exist in your Python library that is used for some purpose. We cannot use it as a variable name. So here I am declaring the variable string. So we will just say hello Python, your string variable will be declared within the quotes. Okay, so this is your string variable. And if you want to declare float variable, you will say float x. So we can say 3.14. and we can print it here, float x. Okay, so this will print 3.14. Okay, and then we have the boolean variable is a true, false, positive, negative, yes, no, only two categories. Okay, so in this we can declare like this. If I say boolean underscore x is equal to true, this means true. If you want, you can declare it false as well. It depends upon your requirement, but this is the way how you declare the variable in Python. You don't need to mention any int in front of it. You don't need to mention this is a string data type. You don't need to mention this is a float. Your Python language is enough smart. It will recognize the data type of Python variable itself by the value. Whatever value you are assigning to your variable, your Python will automatically understand what data type of this variable. Okay, so this is the beauty of Python. Now we will move ahead with the your Python data types. This is you have learned how you declare. This is just the same like that one. Okay, so now let me type it here again. So we will take here 20. So what is the type of this one? First we will print A. Okay, now what is that like the data type of your A? If you want, you can check using type method. Okay, so you will say here this is integer. Okay, and the float is the same way as we did above. We will say here float y, this one and this one. Okay, the float numbers are those which contains some decimal numbers. Okay, that is float data type. There is another popular data type that is complex. Okay, so we will name it complex underscore this one. Now look at this. 2 plus 3j. You have an integer as well. You have an imaginary. We also call it imaginary number. Sometime in your real data set, you have this kind of values. Okay. So in Python, this is called imaginary or complex number. 2 plus 3j. It can be any value. It is not specific like you will always find 3j. It can be any number. Okay. And it can be, instead of 2, it can be 10, 12, 3.4, whatever. Okay. So these are the numeric data types in your Python. Numbers, float, complex number. Okay. Now we will move ahead with your this one, string data type. This is very popular. If you really want to be the NLP engineer or you want to work on the text analysis, this is going to be most beneficial for you. Okay. Here. So we will declare here my underscore str. Okay, so I am saying here again hello Python. If you want, we can write any other string as well. So let's say I love AI. Okay, so we will print it. You can declare the string either with the double quotes. You can also declare it in the single quotes as well, like this. Okay, so you can declare it with the single quotes as well. And then how you can slice it? You can slice it. Slice means you want to take out some portion of your string. Okay, and when you slice it, it also count the space as well. Okay, so here if I am writing it, slice the value based on the index. So what is index? So your I is at a 0 index, then space is at a first index, then 2, and so on. Okay, so this is the index value. If I am saying here slicing, let's say 0 colon 2. Okay, start value of the character I want to fetch out and end position. So we will print it. So it print the I, because I is at a 0 place, space is at a first place, and 2. Why it did not print the L? Because it is starting with the 0. I am asking to it just to print the 2 like the value. Okay, so that's why it is printing the I space. If you want to print the L as well, you need to give this one. It will count now 3 characters. Okay, because it is starting with 0. In total, the range is set for the 4, but in it will output you the 3 characters from your string. Now you can try at your end with the different position. This is start position, this is end position. If you want to take a deep dive, I will share the string link in the video and you can watch that Python playlist in detail. Okay. And then now how you can check the length of the string. So you will just say this one. So my underscore string. That's it. It will tell you how many characters in your string. Okay. And then you have the concatenation. We will declare the second string here and machine learning. Okay. So if you want to concat the two different strings, you want to make it either one string, then you need to use the plus operator sign. I know it's arithmetic operator. We use it to do the addition of two numbers. But when you are using it with the two strings of the Python, it is known as concatenation sign. Okay. And then you can print it. Something like this. Good, right? So we are giving the space here. So that's why it is also taking the space here. Okay. So this is the way how you can concat the two string. This is the most popular method of the string. Slicing, length, and concatenation. Now I will tell you how you can format the string. For example, this is the Alice and age. And you want to print it in a beautiful way. One way is I will write it down here in the next cell. Okay. One way is you will print it like this, right? You will say here name, comma, age. So it will show you like this, but this is not user friendly, right? So if you want to show it in a user friendly, you will type it like this. You can use a format method. This is a start with the F, double quotes. My name is starting with the curl bracket. Curl bracket means you want to pass the variable inside it. So it can print the name. It will automatically parse the name variable with the Alice and print the Alice. And I am 30-year-old. You can see the difference between this statement and this one. So format function is used for to beautify your string output. This is very powerful method. Okay. Now if you want to make a uppercase, right? You can declare here new strings hello in the lowercase and you want to print it in uppercase. This means all characters in the uppercase caps. So you can use the dot upper method of Python. Okay. And the next one is your lowercase. So you can also make it in the lower. Now you have made it upper. We can make it lower again. Okay. So these were the most important, like your methods of the string, what different type of the data types you have in Python, what are the different type of numeric data type in Python, and the string. So you have learned the three most important things till so far. Okay. Now I will give you the 1 minute break. If you have any question, you can type the question here in the chat. Okay, so now we will continue operators in Python. Okay, so operators in Python are symbols used to perform operations on variable and values. Okay, Python supports several type of the operators. So this is the list of the operators. I will show you the major type of the operators we most frequently we use. You can try the other operators as well. I have already mentioned here in your notebook. So we will declare the two variable here, a is equals to 10, b is equals to 3. And now we will do the addition of all. So look at the result. 10 plus 3, 13. And then it is dividing. This is a division result. And this is a floor division. Okay. So this is a 3. You can also apply here modulo, multiplication, and other subtraction as well. Okay. So these are the operators we use in Python, or this is sometimes useful during your data analysis when you want to apply some mathematical operation on your any feature. Okay. Now we will move ahead with the comparison operators. Okay. So this is again comparison operator you use when you want to compare the two variables. Maybe one variable is greater than other, less than equal to other, is not equal to, something like that. Okay, this is called comparison operator. Maybe you used to use it in your SQL as well. Okay, so here you have the x is equal to 10, y is equals to 5. If you say x greater than y, x is equal to this one. So let's check the result. X is greater than 5, yes, because 10 is greater than 5, right? And x is equal to 5, no, this is false. So what kind of a output is this? Remember a few minutes ago you did the boolean data type. So this is a boolean output. Whenever you are using the comparison operator, it always give you the result in the boolean output, true or false, right? Either it will happen or either it will not happen. Okay, this is widely used during your conditional statement. You are also going to learn today the conditional statement. Okay, so you are going to learn so much today using Python, right? About the Python logical operators. This is also useful if you want to like do some comparison using and or not. Okay, so you have a three logical operators, and or not. You have a more as well. You can check on the third party resources, or either you can check my blog as well. Okay, the different data types, I will share the link in the chat. You can go and read the articles over there, okay, in detail. So we will declare two variable here, a is equals to true, b is equals to false. Okay. So now we will print a and b. Okay. Whenever you are using the and operator, this means what you are going to check, both conditions should be true. Okay. So we are saying here false because both conditions are not true. How it can be true if b is also is equal to true? Now we are using the or operator. In this statement, your either of one condition can be true. Okay. So that's why it is saying true. Because the A is equals to true, it will stop the execution, give you this one. The third is not A. Okay. So it is saying you false because it is not true, right? It is not sorry, it is not false, right? It is true. So we are trying to check opposite what you have declared. So that's why it is saying you false. Okay. So this is a way how you can use the logical operator. This is very useful. Maybe you want to build some filters, you want to put some condition on your data set. Okay, in that case you can use this. You can try these operators too. Okay, now we will talk about the type conversion. Okay, so what is the type conversion? When you want to convert your one data type to another data type, you have the integer, you want to convert it into string, you have a string, you want to convert it into integer, you have a float, you want to convert it into integer. Maybe in other data type as well, you want to convert it into list, tuple. This is, I'm talking about another data types. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so here we will just talk about only the int and float here. So this is a is equals to 5, b is equals to this type. So this is a here your type conversion is of a two type, implicit, explicit. Implicit will happen itself automatically, you don't need to do anything. So when you do the a plus b, your result is 8.5. Okay, although you are adding the integer into the float, so your Python automatically convert its data type into float. Okay, so this is called implicit conversion. Okay, we are checking it here using the type method. This is float, but there is a explicit your type conversion as well. So what is this? In this you will convert it manually. Again we are declaring here 100 as a string because it is inside the code. Okay, so you will convert your x into integer by typing this int method and then passing the variable which you want to convert it into integer. Then we will type here. So see, it printed the value in the integer form, and it is also telling you it is the integer data type. This is called explicit type conversion, which you done manually. Implicit means it is already done by your Python. You don't need to do anything. Okay. So this is the type conversion. This is very useful I'm telling you, during data analysis, you are oftenly going to use it because sometimes you frequently need to convert your data type float into integer, right? Integer into float, or sometimes your data is coming in the integer column, but its data type is string. So you need to check its data type, make it consistent data by converting it into the same data type. Okay, so you can put the data into the machine. Okay, so this is very important. And now we will talk about the input method in Python. Okay, so this is we use, previously you were declaring the variable like this. You were not taking the input from the user or from the keyboard. Now I will tell you how you can take the input from the user. Okay, so here you will declare name variable, input, enter name. So we will run it. It will ask you. Okay, so we will enter here Alice and enter. So it is printing now hello Alice. Okay, so you can see how easy it is. This is, you only need to declare input method. This is inbuilt, you cannot change it. Brackets, enter the statement whatever you want, enter age or enter name, enter number, score, whatever is your requirement, you can use it here. Okay, and then if you want to enter the two values together, you can declare the two variables like this. Then you can use a split method. This is inbuilt method. Okay, so now we will enter the two numbers here. We will enter 2 and 3. Okay, so it is not splitting it here. What is wrong? Because we are entering the number together. Okay, so what you need to do here, let's enter 2. Okay, and then again it is not working, right? We need to give here space. Okay, now it split your data. It is taking x is equal to your 2 and then y is equal to 3. Why I entered the wrong? Because I wanted to show you the error. Okay, so split method works only, it will split if it found the space. Okay, don't try to enter the number together, and don't like enter the one number, because it is asking you to take the two numbers, then only it will split. Okay, so these are the common errors as well. My goal was to show you how you can enter the correct input. Sometime at a beginner level we don't notice these small things and we just keep on entering. You will say, oh, there is error, it is not working. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you. So now this is another, this is a, we are using the format method. You can enter first name Alice and then age 12 and then 5.6. So look at this. We are using the format method and it is printing the beautiful message. Okay. Okay. So now till so far you have learned data types. You have learned string data type. You have learned the dynamic input. You have learned the type conversion. It's a time to answer the question now. Okay. So I have some MCQ for you. So 3 MCQ, and now this is the question. What is the default data type of input received using the input function in Python? Okay. So if you noticed here, when we are entering the default input, okay, what will be the data type of this one? Let me check here. We are not saying anything, right? We are just saying here Ninja. Okay, so it is a string. If you are entering here, let's try again. Okay, so we will type here, type this one X. Okay, so we will run this. Okay, it did not print it here. We can print down here. So let me do this. Okay, so it is a string. So now you will have the answer to your question. Okay, so now tell me what will be the answer of this one. What is the default data type of input received using the Python input? You can write down your answer in the chat. Okay, All right. And the next one is your what will be the output of the following code. Look at this. So you can write down your statement in the Google Colab if you are doing the code with me, and then just let me know the answer. Okay. And this is your third question. Which of the following function is used to convert a string this into floating point number? Conversion you have already done, right? So how would you convert it into floating point number? This is in the string. Okay, so you can write down these answers. If you will watch later on this video, right, you missed this session and you are watching it right now, you can still write the answer in the comment box. Definitely I will tell you the correct answer. Okay, and now we will jump on to the control or conditional statement. So what is this? Conditional statement allow a program to make a decision based on certain conditions. Okay, it controls the flow of execution by running this specific block of code when conditions are met. I will show you how. Okay. Conditional statement always start with the if keyword. Okay. Here we will declare here one variable. A is equals to 5. Okay. B is equal to 10. Okay. So you are checking here. Previously you have used a comparison operator. We will use this. If A is less than B, okay, we can write it clean code and it will close it with the colon. If A less than B, if is your keyword, A less than B is your expression or condition. Then say print your A is less than B. Okay, and we will run it. Now, if this condition is going to be true, then only it will enter this statement, print this statement. I will show you. This is called conditional statement. This is the block of code you are controlling based on the condition. Now I will show you one more thing. If we make it like this, no statement, right? So I will tell you the solution of this thing, because this condition is going to be false because 5 is not greater than 10. This is false, right? So your interpreter will not go inside it. I will tell you how you can make it correct. So we will type it here again. Okay, you don't need to declare it again. So we will do this, enter. Here we will write else. Okay, else print. Here we will do less than. Okay, so you need to use a else keyword, close it with this one, and then print A is greater than this. Okay, so now we will run this statement. So this condition is going to be true. So it is running the first statement. In case this is the one. Okay. So here we need to replace this one, right? Because this is greater and this is less than. Now see, A is greater than B, which is false, right? Previously, it did not print any result. It's a blank. But for this to control the statement, this is a, we call it default statement as well. We call it termination of your conditional statement as well. So you will use here else, print this. If this is going to be false, this statement is going to be run in anyhow. Okay, your message will never be blank. So that's why you use the else statement. Okay, this is also the conditional statement. Okay, this is a default statement. If your above all conditions are going to be false, this is going to be true. Okay, so this is the difference between if and else. Okay, now we will move ahead with the multiple conditional statement. We can copy the same, we can write it here, and we will write here elif. Elif means more conditional statement. So you can write this one. If A is equals to, first condition is if A is greater than B, you print this message. If A is equals to B, print this message. Else, if above both conditions are false, then print this thing. Okay. So we will run this. So it is printing this. Now we can make some changes in the statement. we can declare here a is equal to 5, b is equals to 5. Okay, so we will change. Now it is running, making true this statement. Okay, so this is the way how you can play around with it. This is called multiple conditional statement. This is all conditional statement. You are going to use this most oftenly during data analysis, because when you want to filter something, number one, then you are going to use it. When you want to run specific condition on your data, then you are going to use it. Okay, so this is very very useful. Okay, and this also work with the for loop as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm just watching the time. Okay, so now this is the loops in Python. Okay, so what is loops in Python? When you want to iterate over any column or numbers of the sequence, this is called loop. Let's say you have the one column and there is a total sales column. You have a 10 sales, right, record, and you want to print each sale based on the date. So then you will use a for loop to print it. Okay. So here there are two type of loop. One is for loop, another is while loop. For loop start with the for keyword. This is the item. It can be any name. I'm using I. You can use A, B, C, D, whatever you like. But always name it professional. It should represent what you are doing with it. Okay. In is also the inbuilt keyword. You cannot make it use any other word keyword instead of this. Range is the inbuilt method. We are just declaring some range 0 to 5. I did not start at the start position. If you want, you can. Okay, so now it will print the number from 0 to 5. It is starting with 0, that's why it is not printing 5. If you want to print a 5, you need to use 6. Okay, so this is a for loop. It start with the for key and with the colon, use a in, print I. This is iterable. Okay, and now this is a while loop. While is a start with the while keyword. The difference between for and while is only one. For in during the for loop, you use the for loop when you know the condition when you are going to terminate it. I know here I want to print the 5 elements, 5 name numbers 0 to 5. So after that I want to stop it. So I'm using for loop. But in case I don't know the condition, but I want to run the loop, in that scenario you will run the while loop, because while loop will definitely going to run one time, then it will stop when you want to stop it. Otherwise it can goes into the infinite loop. Okay, so look at this. So here count is equals to 0. I have only this value. I don't know when I like it is going to be like stop, right? So we will say while count is less than 5. Okay, now I don't know the number still. I'm just counting it. So we will count. Here I am adding the number. So first time 0. It will start with the 0. 0 less than 5, print the count. Look at this, right? Then it will do 0 plus 1. So next time this number will become 1. 1 less than 5, it printed. Then when the 5 will come, 5 is not less than 5. So it will terminate the loop. Okay, so this is the major difference between for loop and while loop. In while loop, we did not know in advance how many time I am going to run this. I don't know when my count will be like 5 number, right? It can be range. When you are not sure, but you want to iterate over a column, at that time you can use the while loop. Okay, you can set the increment and then it will keep doing the work. Okay. And now we will use like talk about the your other things. This is breaking out loops. So in this you can exit a loop prematurely. Okay, like for example, you have a million of records in your data, right? But you are looking for some specific value and you found that value in the first 100 records. So what is a wise decision? Would you like to still iterate over the million records? No, right? You want to stop it when you found your the value what you were looking for. So for that kind of scenario, we have a one keyword break. Okay. So look at this. So this is for I in range 10. It run the loop 10 times, but if it found the value 5, it just exit from the loop. Okay. So first I will show you this one. So it might print the value only up to 4, because when 5 will come here, it will break out from the loop. It will not go here again and continue. Now I will show you the same loop without break code. Okay, so we will print here and we will remove it. See, okay. So now this is useful when you want to stop your loop according to your choice. You don't want to waste the time. You want to spend a less decrease the execution time, fasten the processing. At that time, this is useful. Okay. And now there is a skipping an iteration as well. This means when it found specific value, just still continue. Okay, this is very useful. Sometimes you have a run any error and you found a value which is not relevant to your data. We don't want to exit the loop. We want it still to be continued. In that case, you can just continue. I will show you. It will print all values up to 4. If I say here 10, it will print up to 10. It will not stop your loop when it found the true, because I'm using here continue. If you use here instead of continue break, it will come out. See, okay. So this is the difference between your continue and break statement. Okay. And now we will move ahead with the list comprehension. Okay. So what is this? This is also the most powerful data type in Python, and this is most widely used instead of loops and conditional statement. Because this is just the one line code, we call it one liner as well. Sometime interview, sometime not always. They are going to ask you about the list comprehension. This is the most important interview question as well during your AI interview. Okay, so they also call it one liner. They may ask you, give me the example of one liner in Python. So this is your answer. There are a more comprehension as well. You have a tuple, you have a dictionary, but we are not going to cover up all today, because our goal was to just introduce you with the Python with the basics one. Okay. So now here you have a one list. Don't worry, I will tell you about the list. Just try to understand now. This is your list. We have declared it start with the square bracket and with the this, and it contains so many elements. Okay. This is comprehension. What is the basic like a structure of list comprehension? Expression, for loop, and then this is expression. You want to do the square of each number present in the list data type and iterate over the list. Okay, so this is a simple for loop you are running as you have seen above. Okay, and then print the result. See, it is doing the square of your each number. But instead of writing for loop, the 3 or 4 line of code, you are doing it using the list comprehension. This is so easy. Your expression, your looping system, even if you have a conditional statement, you can add it here after this. So you are going to do everything in a one line. That's why we call it list comprehension, because it is a starting or ending with the square bracket. Okay, the biggest advantage, it is much faster than your normal for loops. It is much faster than your other data types like a list. Okay, and you can do everything in a one line. If you want to do the same thing using the for loop, what you will write, you will write so big code. I will show you. So you will say for I in numbers colon. Okay, then you will do the squares is equals to I star star 2. Okay, and then you need to append the square as well. Okay, here I will show you first this one. So it is showing you like this way, but if you want the output same like this way, so you need to do one more thing here. So you will declare here empty list squares is equals to this one. Okay, And then you will do here append. We can make it squared, okay? This one. Yeah. So dot append squares, okay? And then you are going to print square, okay? The difference is only you need to print it here, okay? Otherwise it will give you the error. We need to do here squares, squared. I think there is a spelling mistake. Here we go. Okay. So you need to write this much code. Here you are writing only the single line of code. This is the biggest difference. It's the below code execution is slow. Its execution is faster. Okay. So that's why I recommend the list comprehension to my each student. If they are working in during the data analysis, you are going to be using the list comprehension many times. Okay. So here you have again two questions on your screen. What will be the output of the following code? You can use this one and just let me know what will be the output of these and what will be the out of the following code too. Okay. So you can type the answer in the chat. I'm giving you the 1 minute. Okay. All right. If you did not attend my live session, you can write down the answer when you are watching this video as well. Okay. And the next one is over functions and data structures. Okay. So here we will start from here. So function you use when you want to reuse the code again and again. Okay. You don't like till so far you were writing the loose code, right? But if you want to use the same method again and again, then you should go with the functions. We always recommend to use function and classes. Okay, because everything is under one roof. Here, I will give you the very good example. Def. It always start with the def. Okay, whenever you see the def, this means we are talking about the functions, and this is a user defined function. I am making the greet function with the hello world. Okay, so this is the declare the function, and we will run it. Okay, here we will. Now, did you notice I ran it? It didn't print anything. Why? Because you did not call it. Because when you are declaring the function, you need to call it. So we call it with the name of the function like this. Okay. So then it will print the hello world. I will give you the layman example here. If you are a parent, your kid. So your neighbor cannot call your children direct, right? Without your permission, right? Other thing, if you want to talk to me, you need to call me with Nirja. Hey Nirja, I have a question, right? Otherwise, how would I come to know you are asking me anything? Okay. Same thing with the function. Till you don't call it, it will not do anything. Okay. It is just seated till you don't call it. It is not going to do anything. Okay. Now in this, if you want to do, this is very, very useful when you are doing some piece of code. Let's say you want to print hello world 10 times in your file. So instead of writing print hello world in each 10 cell, you can just create this function and call this function at wherever you want to print this statement. This is the biggest advantage of the functions. Okay, this is very, very helpful. You can reuse the code. Okay, and now we will talk about the functions with parameter. Okay, so in this function with parameter means you will pass some here parameters. So we will copy this function again. Here we go. So I am printing here a, and I am printing here value a. Okay, so now I need to call it again. See, so we will create here a, and we will pass here a. You can pass b as well. It's not mandatory for you. You need to pass this one. Okay, so we will assign some value, run this and run this. See, it print the 10. So this is called parameter or argument. You can pass as many as argument in the function according to your choice. or requirement. Okay, whatever your requirement, maybe you want to do the addition of two numbers, then you can pass the two numbers, two arguments, a comma b, and inside this you can do some calculation. Okay, so I have given you the one homework. You can try this with the two parameter and just tell me if you have used it. Okay, now we will move ahead with the default parameter. What is a default parameter? Default parameter means you are not going to, if you are not passing any value, it will add that value automatically. Look at this. First, when I am calling this function, I am passing Alice. So name is equals to guest is already declared, but my Alice name will override it. So it will print hello Alice. Okay. But second time I did not pass anything. Okay, so it will automatically pick up the default parameter value guest, so it will say guest here. So maybe you can connect it with the real time. Whenever you are signing up somewhere, it will ask you just you can sign up to this one, or you can place order as a guest. So at that time this functionality is working at the back end. Okay, so this is the way how it works. This is very useful when you are building the program and you are not sure your front end user is going to enter the name or not, and you want to give some guest options to your user, front end user. At that time you can build this function. Okay, now we will move ahead with the third keyword argument. This is also very popular. Here you can pass the two variable and just pass the value like this and then print it. Okay, so you are passing it directly like this. You are not declaring it outside, just passing it with the value like this. This is very simple. Just the difference is we are passing with the value. Okay, the next one is variable length arguments. This is star args. Instead of passing one or two or three elements, you are interested to pass collectively three elements together, more than that. In that scenario, you use the star args. Star means it can take any number of elements. So here I am passing three elements together. Instead of passing, calling my function three times, passing one argument, I am passing three together. So at that time, I will declare it with star args. You cannot make any change in the args. This is default. Okay. And I'm using here sum method. This is the inbuilt method. It will do the addition of all numbers which I'm passing inside it. Look at this. So it will do the addition here like this. 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is the purpose of sum method. And here your argument is passing like this at back end like this. Okay, but it is hiding behind star args. Okay, so this is the biggest advantage of star args. Same way you have a star keywords as well. Okay, you can try it. Okay, I'm not sharing it today because we have we don't have much time. And the next one is your lambda function. Till so far you were doing the user defined function. This is called anonymous function. Okay, user defined means you are defining it with the name whatever you want to do inside your function. Okay, lambda function has a no name, that's why we call it anonymous function. This is very powerful. You don't this is also called one liner function like list comprehension. Look at this. This is add variable is equals to lambda. Lambda is a keyword. X comma y colon x plus y. So this was the same, you are passing calling this function 3 5, it will make the addition and give you the result. That's it. If I want to do the same thing using my user defined function, I will do like this way. Add x comma y colon. So we will do here result is equals to x plus y, and then return result. Okay, and then you need to call here add 5 comma 3. Okay, so you can see the difference. You need to write this piece of code, and here you can do it in the one line. This is your two variable name and what expression, this is expression after colon, what action you want to take on this. This is you can take and print the result. Okay, this is useful when you like don't want to create big function. You want to fasten your execution, less process, you want to decrease the processing time. And if you are in hurry on runtime, you want to look for something, at that time lambda is very very useful. Okay, and then we will move ahead with the recursion in functions. This is very important, and this is the most common question in interviews. Very important. Excuse me. Recursion means the function is calling itself. Okay, so here we are defining the factorial function. If n is equal to 0, then return 1, else it will call itself. So it will create the factorial of 5 here, 120. When it will find n is equals to 0, it will return 1, it will stop the execution. Okay, and then it will exit from the loop. This is very very popular method, and this is the most common example. This definitely comes sometime in the coding challenge. Recursive function, the function which call itself, and basically we most probably used in the Fibonacci series, in the factorial and palindrome. Okay, now we will move ahead with the next data type. This is your the list data type. Okay, now look at this. How would you declare the list? This is the number one, list are mutable. You can make changes in this, so that's why we call it mutable. This is the sequential data in the ordered form. Okay, like this. So my list, this will start with square bracket, end with square bracket, and it look like this. Okay, you can use it when you are collecting the number of data, like you are collecting the student data, his name, age, grade, subject, previous score, something like that. It does not only can hold integer, it can hold mixed data type. Okay, something like this, mixed list, like this. It can hold boolean data type, integer, float, your everything, string. Okay, and now if you want to fetch out the specific element from the list, what you will do, again you will use a slicing method. Remember in the above you have learned in position of the string, same it works based on the index. That's why we call it sequential. One is at 0 index, this is sorry, one hello is at 1 index, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, now if you say here my list 0, it will fetch out the 1 out of your list. Okay, so you can try with the other index number and print the result and let me know if it works for you. Okay, the next one is if you want to add a new element in the list. As this is the popular mutable data type, because you can add the new numbers in this, we use the append method here to add a new element in the list. And when you use append method, it will add the new number at the end of the list. See, okay. So this is the how you can add the new element into your list. The next one is your how to remove the element from list. So you can simply use the remove method. You can remove 6. That's it. Okay, there are plenty of more methods. Okay, if you really want to learn it at a deeper level, I will share in the description box my Python playlist. You can learn it at a deeper level. Even the list comprehension has a several methods. Okay, my goal is today you to make you aware with the basic types of the Python, so you have the foundation in the Python. But if you want to do the mastery, you have to like learn it in a detail. Okay, and then we have the dictionary. Okay, so what is the dictionary? Dictionary we declare like this. It start with the curl bracket. It has a two important thing. One is the key name and then value. So what is the key? This is the key. Okay, colon value. It is unordered, it is not sequential. because it does not work based on the index position. It work based on the key value. Okay, it always start with curl bracket, and with the curl bracket, and this is declared like this way: name John colon string colon age 30, and this is key name can be integer. It is not mandatory you need to declare the key name always uh, uh, string. It can be integer. Okay, how you can add a new element in the dictionary? You will simply create a new key name country, and you can assign the value to it. And we will say here it is saying my dict country USA. Okay, sorry about it. We are just adding the new value here in the key name which does not even exist. Okay, so here what you need to do, you it will give you the name my dict does not exist. Just give me 1 second. Here is a some. Okay, so we are not able. Okay, sorry, I did not execute it. So now we will add this one. So you can add the here new key name country and value to it. So it will add at the end of this one. Sorry about it, I forgot to run this. So this is the way how you can add the new value, because this is also mutable. Okay, if you want to add a new key value pair, you can. Okay, so the key value, how would you add it? So my dict country and this one, this is the same way as you did previously, because this is a key, this is a name. Okay, and now if you want to fetch the keys from the dictionary, this is your my underscore dict dot keys. It will only show you the key name. It will not show you the values. This is useful when you want to iterate over the dictionary. I will show you how, because you have already done the loop. So we will do here I in my dictionary keys. So it will pick up the all keys and print like this. Okay. But if you are interested to print the values as well. Okay. So in that scenario, you can print here. It will not work like this way. You need to use here items. Okay. So it will print the values. Okay. So whenever you want to fetch out the key and value both, you need to use the dot items. Here I was already this is the one, this is for the values. This is simple. If you want to fetch out the values, this will fetch out only the value. But item will fetch out both things. Now I will create a new cell here. So my date, so this is the one items. Okay, so it will fetch out the your key name and value both. Okay, so this is the difference. So these were the main methods of the your list and dictionary. Okay, and then if you want to do the mastery in this, I will tell you the, I will share the my Python playlist, and I will show you some like the classes with what I offer. Okay, you can also join those classes as well. Okay, so now this is these are the questions on your screen. You can answer these questions. Okay, and before leaving this session or this one, I'm also planning to start a live Python practice session based on MCQ. The students who are preparing for the interview or who are learning the Python, they want to be expert in Python. So you can give me the vote to this one. You want the live session in the morning or in the evening on Wednesday at 9 p.m. MST. Okay. So I will be very, very thankful to all of you. If you can give me you can vote for this one, so I can start the live session on the preparation of the Python interview or AI interview. Okay, with the coding challenge, with a lot of MCQs, it will help you to get expert in Python. Okay, now I will show you the my the blog. If you want to read the articles and you want to get expert, this is the website sciencedatascience.com. You can come here, click on the Python, and you can go through these articles. Okay, so I used to write all articles whatever video I am making, okay, in detail. So you can come here and read it. And there is also the Here AI interview preparation as well. Here you can practice the question for Python. These all are MCQ. This is the data analyst interview questions as well. And for SQL, machine learning, AI vocabulary, which is very important. On top of that, I also provide the courses as well. Okay, this is for your data analytics and your visualization. This is the your machine learning and advanced one. In this, it is of a 3 months, and I will provide you two classes per week of a 1.5 hour. And mentorship, I will also help you to build strong job portfolio, code reviews, test, quizzes, exam, everything. You will get perfect in the position for whatever you are applying. Okay, I will help you a lot in this, so you can contact me if you are interested to take any of this course. Okay, and now here you can contact me by clicking here contact us form. You can fill it here, or you can email me at contact@sciencedatascience.com. Okay, so this was the like all about of our today's live session. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Okay, I'm still here for the another 5 minutes. Okay, so if you have any question related to your AI journey as well, okay, if you are thinking to transitioning your career into AI and you want to know, you are confused, you don't know from where you should start and from where you should start learning it, so I am here to guide you. Okay, and thank you so much for attending this live session. And if you miss this session, don't forget to write the answers of those MCQs I have shared in the notebook. Okay, and I will see you in the next live session. Thank you.